I do feel it's one of those things where you, like, how can you feel bad for anybody who's still been drafted in the in 3 rounds? But those players that everybody hypes up, like Malik, and then all of a sudden he goes like 3rd round, and you're like, oh man, I feel bad that he didn't go higher. Not that he deserves to be higher. Not that the other guys who got drafted before him.
You're a fucking human, though. You have a little empathy. Like the dude's here. That him and Nakobe Dean are here.
It's just the fact that you get it so amped up, and then the players who are at home and they're not at the draft, I want to be like, well, why wouldn't you come down to the draft?
I got one for you. So Dotson, the guy that got drafted by the Commanders, the first pick, he missed himself getting picked because he was watching a basketball game on his phone because he didn't think he was going till later.
Which player was that?
Dotson, the pick by the wide receiver by the Washington Commanders. He came out and said he missed himself getting picked. The only reason he knew was Ron Rivera called him, and as he was getting called, he was watching a basketball game on his phone because he thought he was going later.
Oh my goodness. That type of story is pretty.
You know what? I like it. Like the guys like that. I mean, you're humble, right? But it's like at the same time, I mean, you're not even watching in case.
No. So what do you say to those people? What do you say to the fans who are complaining about Jerry or Steven's picks?
I don't think as a Cowboys fan, I've been pretty lucky. I've been a Cowboys fan, like pretty diehard Cowboys fan since probably about 2005, 2006. And the one place that we're usually pretty consistent, we don't do a lot of good stuff in free agency. We have a lot of questionable calls throughout the season. But I'd say in the last 10, 15 years, we haven't really been that bad of a draft team. So I've kind of come to accustom with trusting their picks. And that's back to my Tyler Smith thing. These guys have drafted in the last 10 years 100% 2 Hall of Fame linemen.
Right.
And possibly a third one in Travis Frederick. So Tyron Smith, Hall of Famer. Zach Martin, Hall of Famer. Travis Frederick, fringe Hall of Famer. The only reason was he got derailed by a disease. So these guys obviously can look at they're grading the guy they drafted, Tyler Smith, on the same grades that they drafted those 3 guys with.
Right.
You know, so you got to trust that. You got to trust them. And they came out and said that Tyler Smith was higher on their board than Zion and Green, which I don't know if that's true, but they said it. So who knows?
Yeah, of course. I mean, no matter how you change what they're going to say in terms of like where they rank somebody based on like Zion or Kenyon being taken earlier, like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They picked an O-line first, which is what we needed.
We needed and wanted.
As much as I would have loved to have picked something like, you know, sexy, like all of a sudden they
like trade up and like do something nuts.
And do something nuts. Like that's obviously the kind of the thematic fan in me wants to see something like that. But ultimately, we had one guy who gave a nice little soundbite yesterday. Say we got to get in the trenches. We got to put the players that are going to help build the foundation of the team. They want an O-line, get something in the O, because we need to protect Dak, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not mad.
We're pretty easygoing fans.
We're very easygoing about
when
it.
it
and
comes
I'll be
into stuff
stoked
like this.
about it. I mean, I love to see Alex get a Tyler Smith jersey.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Because you know he will.
I was jacked at, like last year, I was jacked about the Parsons pick. He could have been a top 5 pick. Obviously, I was jacked up about that. Prior to that, like when we're picking in 20, I just don't know enough about the college game, and I don't ever pretend to know enough about the college game. But now that I know who we've picked, I'm going to basically watch every fucking highlight they have. I'm going to watch every snap of their... You know, that's kind of how I do, like reverse scouting. Like I wait... instead of scouting 30 or 40 prospects that possibly could be Cowboys, I wait until they are a Cowboy and then I watch them. And it doesn't matter. They could be the best player in college football. They could be the worst player in college football. The shit that happens in the NFL, you can never actually pick until they're on a field, and that's the exciting part.
And that's and Nate Dogg saying that you boys do have a great scouting department. And then Alex is also saying, so he's saying that
AJ?
No, so Nate Dogg's saying that the Cowboys have a good scouting department.
They do, yeah.
AJ's saying first pancake and that Smith jersey is ordered.
Oh, but B-Dub B2?
Yeah, B-Dub B2.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's sweet.